profit margin, right? That's 80% to 90%, right? 100% possible. I've done it not once, not twice, but about to do it 3 times, right? All of this, or nearly every single part of my multiple businesses, has been AI powered from the very start. This goes all the way back to 2022 and 2023 when ChatGPT only just about came out. And I did all of this without hiring, without a bloated payroll, without having to hire multiple different agencies at all times. I did it all, nearly all by myself, using AI. Now, if you guys know, and you probably saw the ads, we are currently in one of the biggest wealth runs of our generation, right? It's not just about machines and humans, it's about something else. And if you're like me, and if you're anything like me, some of you may be incredibly excited about the future, and some of you may be incredibly overwhelmed. And look, I get it. I'm literally right there with you, right? There's every single day back all the way to Silicon Valley. Every single billboard, left, right, and center is talking about AI this, AI that, AI this. On YouTube, your explore page must be filled with AI news, the next top 10 AI tools to use, the next business model to use with AI. And I get it, it's quite overwhelming. But if there's one thing that I know, is that history always repeats itself. The people who don't adapt fast will get left behind. But what the top 1% of people are doing, and the top 1% of obviously entrepreneurs and CEOs are doing well, is that they understand 2 key things in this AI race. Number one is that only a fraction get rich in this technological revolution. And number 2 is that there is a golden opportunity to win by doing more with less, faster, right? Now, one thing that I agree with this entire AI generation and AI gold rush is that you don't need to start from scratch anymore, right? With AI, you can skip years of trial and error. You can have unlimited leverage. You can use data-driven strategies at all times that have been proven and tested by your favorite entrepreneurs in the past and currently in the future. And all you need to do is ask AI. You today have the biggest advantage of them all, which is access and leverage. You have the proven systems that you can plug and play into your business today, right? But one thing that I want to make clear is that you have around 6 to 12 months before all of this becomes completely obsolete. And look, I'm already seeing it. The businesses like Cisco, Microsoft, etc., are already going backwards because they are realizing that just adding AI things into their businesses is not good enough. The businesses that fired all of their employees and tried to replace them with AI stuff didn't work. So they're quietly rehiring. The businesses like IBM, who replaced every other software with just AI automated softwares, are clearly already failing. So I just want to let you know that this AI gold rush and AI itself isn't about replacing people. And it isn't about replacing your business. And it also isn't about replacing entrepreneurs, right? So there doesn't need to be any fear around this AI gold rush. But what AI is doing is replacing average work, average marketing, average thinking. And if there's one thing that I know for certain, is that you are not average. That's why you're here. That's why you're here trying to learn new things, right? So the key thing that I want you to get from this lesson today is that it's not okay to just be average, because that is easy today. But the thing that you need to be known, the thing that you need to know is that you need to be known. And I have a picture of Alex Hormozy here because I was watching his webinar in preparation for this one. And what I realized is at the very end, he left out one very important thing that he barely touched on. His ability to be a presence online and being known is one of the key fundamental things that has gotten him the success that he has today, right? His offers are great, his money models are great, but the key leverage has also been online. Now, the next wave of success online won't belong to corporations. It doesn't belong to Microsoft, the Microsofts of the world, or the companies in San Fran building the next AI thing, AI that. It will belong to the entrepreneurs that understand what I just said earlier, leverage. Now, my mission for today is not to make you the next AI expert, right? I'm not going to be teaching you how to create an AI agent or an AI ChatGPT bot or tell you everything that you need to know about the latest AI trends. Honestly, that's not for me. I know AI, I'm at the cutting edge of it, but to be honest, I wish I wasn't because sometimes I just need to focus on the signal and not the noise. The signal is what you need to focus on today, the one thing. The noise is everything else that is distracting you from what you need to do to get your business, to make those extra $100,000 a month, get you to that million, get you to sell your business, etc. So what I'm going to be teaching today is the edge that your business needs to have using AI. Now, let me give you a practical example so we can get in the same page. Agency owners today, they can go onto AI, ChatGPT, Claude, Poppy AI, whatever other AI tool, and they can go in and ask it, hey, ChatGPT, can you give me the 10 top objections and problems that are so painful to my ideal client that I can then create content around on? And then immediately, if you have done this, you can get every single key direct pain point that your current customer has. So you can go, hey, my client is 62 years old, has $1 million business, works in the US, and has this type of business, right? So if you go in and ask it that, it will create that for you. And then on the top of that, it will create you content ideas so you can start posting on social media. And on top of that, it can create you emails. It can help you write your VSLs. It can help you write your landing pages. God, it can even help you do your ads, right? I've done this, right? So the top entrepreneurs of this industry are not just settling down for that, right? They're using AI to get the things done faster, easier, at a lower price instead of hiring a top researcher, reducing costs, increasing profits, and then using this to have more speed. It's going to help them grow faster, scale faster, be able to systematize everything, kind of like complement what their current skills are with what they don't know or what they don't need to be doing. Because quite honestly, you don't have to do the boring work anymore, right? Just like that agency owner that I was talking about. These people are the ones that are getting ahead. They're using AI to go faster, not slower. And that's exactly what you need to be thinking about today. Forget about the AI noise. Forget about the next AI tool that's going to come out. It's going to change everything. Truly, truly, truly. And I say this from the bottom of my heart as someone that's creating AI content and AI tools. The one thing that you need to be focused on is how can I use AI today to reduce my workload so I can increase my profit margins or my revenue? Or how can I reduce everything that I don't want to do? How can I make my team smaller so we can focus and go faster, right? That has been my main racer of thinking over the last 2 years. These people that think like this are winning with AI, not AI letting AI win. Winning with AI. That's super important for you to know, right? Now, there's $1 million opportunity standing right in front of you. And it's all about building trust, scaling visibility, increasing your income. And that thing is right here, right? Well, everybody else is focusing on the AI slop and this AI noise and AI automation business, AI business for this, AI offer, AI this. There's something right in front of you. Because truly, and trust me when I say this, those offers that most people are talking about don't even work. The tools that people are promoting about how this new AI tool is going to save you time to do, they don't work. I've tried them all. I've literally tried every single one of them, and most of them are completely useless, right? Even yesterday, I saw yet another LinkedIn post about this new N8N lead magnet post that's going to save me so much money and automate my entire business. These things don't even work. I've asked people that have downloaded these like lead magnets, try to implement these AI agents into their business. Business owners don't have time. I know this because I've tried, right? And this is meant to be part of my job. So I can't imagine you who's truly taking your time to watch this for 2 hours, trying to figure out how to implement an AI agent. Sorry, I'm laughing because it's funny. This just doesn't work, right? Everybody's trying to show you how to do this with AI, try to do it, but no one's showing you how to actually use AI to get more leads, to make more money with less effort, to become the authority in your space. I've seen absolutely no one doing that. And honestly, I can. So over the next 3 days, I'm going to be showing you the key fundamental things that you need to know in order to take advantage of this AI bull run and AI gold rush and ignore the noise and focus on what I'm going to teach you today, which is the signal. So on day one, we're going to be covering the new opportunity for business owners. Then on day two, I'm going to show you the easiest way to get clients using AI. And on day three, we're going to have Shan, who's here, by the way, if you guys want to say hello to him. Drop a Shan in the chat if you guys are excited to hear him speak. And he's going to show you how to build a profitable monetization ecosystem. Now, today is the most important day, right? Because I'm going to be teaching you the foundations that 99% of entrepreneurs fail to consider before implementing AI into their businesses. And I know this because, once again, I was one of these people, right? There is a clear blue ocean opportunity standing right in front of us. And business owners truly can use this to showcase their skills, to use their knowledge and experience the online world easily. And honestly, ladies and gentlemen, the time for people looking cool online is over. Now is the time for the expertpreneurs. I don't know if you guys saw, but about 2 weeks ago, I did the boldest prediction of my entire career, right? And it was all about the future of business in 2025 and 2026. And what I realized is that the content creators, the influencers, the people that are obsessed with going viral, that is going to be completely obsolete moving forward. Because the one thing that people are craving is expertise, right? And so, for those that don't know me, by the way, sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. Hi, I know some of you may not know me. My name is Lara Costa. I built a 7-figure personal brand. I've also built not one, not two, but 3 different businesses, all in the B2B space. 1 agency, 1 education, and 1 software. So a B2B SaaS. I'm a tech founder now, so you can address me as the CEO of Google as well. I'm also ranked #1 female LinkedIn creator worldwide, and I'm an angel investor. Now, how did I even get here? And all of this in under 3 years? Well, to be honest, it all started with 0. I had 0 followers, 0 connections, 0 nothing. I didn't have a business to start. I was actually at university when this whole entire thing happened. And then I realized there was one key advantage that I had. One of it was time, and the second one was AI, because I was at the front of when ChatGPT came out. And there's when I realized that I could use AI to build not 1, but not 2, but 3 different businesses, and also an extremely insane personal brand that's allowed me to create leverage, get new opportunities, be featured in Forbes, be featured on LinkedIn News, etc. Now, this is where it all started, by the way. I literally had nothing. Look at that chair. It was completely broken, right? And I was trying to figure out how do I get ahead? Nearly probably like some of you watching this, like how do I take advantage of all of this? Like, what do I do? Well, how do I get ahead? And honestly, for a while, I didn't know. But then, after sitting down for a bit, I found a series of hacks that allowed me to not only get ahead, but also make it to the top 1%. Not just of my age group, but overall in the industry. And today, I'm going to be showing you one of them. And that thing, my friends, is LinkedIn, obviously. So, for those that don't know, LinkedIn has over 1 billion users right now. That is 1 billion, right? And only 1% of people are posting weekly. Now, please put a 1 in the chat if you're posting on LinkedIn right now. Maybe once a week, maybe twice a week. Just when I get a count. All right. Oh, we've got a bunch of LinkedIn influencers here. Amazing. 2, 1. Right. Cool. All right. Well, to you guys answering, congratulations. You just made it to the top 1% of people creating content online. Was it that hard? Absolutely not. And this is what I keep on saying, right? If you keep on feeling invisible in business, if you think that there is no way that you can't succeed with your niche right now, then let me tell you, LinkedIn is the ultimate place for you as a business owner to go to. Not only to build a personal brand that goes viral, not only to be excited to announce something, but to build a business that's profitable, that's sustainable, and that you actually like doing. Because, like I said earlier, you don't need to be an influencer anymore. You need to be an expert to get going, right? So, back when I started in 2022, my first post went viral. It literally had around, what it says here, 4,000 likes and 300,000 impressions. My first LinkedIn post, right? I didn't know anything. Like, absolutely no idea what I was doing. And I still managed to be able to get that amount of reach. And I know some of you may be thinking, okay, Lara, like, that's not going to happen to me. Like, come on. I've already been posted, so, like, there is no way. All right, I get it. But the thing is, I've seen this happen many multiple times. Like, I'm not the only case for this. And if you didn't go viral the first time, you can go viral the 10th time. And I'm not just saying this. I've seen it. I've worked with people who have done it for them. Like, after running an agency for about 2 years in the ghostwriting and personal branding space, I've manufactured this myself. So the invisibility that you feel, the lack of sales can be solved with just one thing. And let me tell you a little bit more background about me, right? When I posted on LinkedIn for the first time, I didn't just go viral. LinkedIn actually created my entire first business for me. And it didn't do just that. It actually gave me leads from day one. My first business, the agency, was completely inbound from day one. And I'm not joking. So if LinkedIn was able to give a girl that had no idea, no connections, no business acumen, no network. I'm from Mexico. I had no daddy's money, no privileged connections, nothing. If I was able to do that from ground zero, or may I say -0, and do that all by myself with my laptop, some of my knowledge, then my question to you is, do you think you could do it? Because if I know one thing about my audience, you guys watching here, 1.8 thousand watching. If I know one thing about you guys, is that you are experts. You know what's going on in your market. You know exactly what you need to do. You just need to start. And so after trial and error and testing, okay, right, Lara, can you do this for yourself on LinkedIn? Yeah, cool, done it. Have around nearly 300,000 followers on LinkedIn. You guys can go check out my LinkedIn right now. Okay, can I do it on YouTube? Absolutely, 40,000 followers there. Multiple viral videos. All right, can I do it on Instagram? Sure. The attention playbook that I've created to leverage current business, leverage AI, because every single one of my posts has been written with it, it's possible. But now I wanted to give myself a bigger challenge. Can it work for someone else? The answer is yes, absolutely. People in the most boring of niches have done this. This is one of my friends, Jake. He runs an SEO agency, right? Right, so do you guys want to tell me how exciting is SEO? Is it trendy? Is it cool? Yeah? Or is it just a boring business? Well, that's what I used to think, right? And so after seeing how he's done it, not only was able to grow to over 180,000 followers in also 3 years, but build a multi-six figures and 7 businesses, and also make it to the top 1% of content creators on LinkedIn and entrepreneurs across the world, I've realized one thing. It's not about how boring your niche is. It's not about how much AI you're using. Obviously, you can't use it. We both have. But it's about how you position yourself, right? And if you guys are curious about, okay, what content is he posting? I got it. My friend Jake has gone viral multiple times talking about SEO on LinkedIn. And I'm not just going to talk about virality, by the way. These posts generate daily inbound leads for his business, which is, drumroll, an SEO business, right? And so by creating content consistently, using AI every single time, using all these AI frameworks, AI tools, etc., he's been able to position himself as the go-to in his industry. If you ask anyone in England, where I am right now, who is the best person to go to when it comes to SEO, Jake Wood is going to be one of the key persons or the key people that come to mind. Now, why is that? Content. He skipped the queue. He got ahead of everyone else, right? I know for a fact that he's great, but his content is even better. Now, this is not the only example. People in other boring businesses, like my friend Alex, who has a niche in lead generation and GTM, which, by the way, I still couldn't figure out what that meant until we started working together. That's also an incredibly boring niche. Now, who here has an SEO business or a similar boring business, right? Email marketing, copywriting, again, SEO. All of these businesses are the pride and joy of my home LinkedIn. Because once again, the people consuming content on LinkedIn aren't there to be educated, like everybody says in marketing. Like, they're not following the stupid content pillars that everybody's forcing you to use, which is educate, inspire, and entertain. Like, those don't work. What works on LinkedIn, truly, to stand out, get more clients, make more money, and go faster, scale your business, is being an authority in your space and creating content. And by the way, I know you guys may be like, okay, Lara, can you teach us? Yes, I'll get to that in a second. But let me tell you something. This is also what the content from Alex is looking like, right? It's not the most viral, it's not the craziest, but it is effective. Because one thing that I know about Alex is that his business has around 15 employees at a time. Every single one is posting on LinkedIn because they know for a fact that LinkedIn is the best source of lead generation, and it's also organic. Forget about ads, forget about, referrals, forget about cold emailing leads. The key for you is right here on LinkedIn, right? Now, let me skip a little bit, but I need to give you more examples because I want you guys to really, really see the possibilities here. I don't want you to think, okay, it happened to Lara, it's a one-off. It happened to Jake, it's a one. No, it's happening to multiple people across the world, and you could be one of them, right? So my friend Rob, who also runs an SEO business, if you saw my live stream about 2 weeks ago with him, he literally, and I quote, said, LinkedIn is the prime source of lead generation for us. 100% of my clients come from LinkedIn. Rob runs an incredibly successful SEO agency. And if he, who isn't a LinkedIn expert, is saying this, then I need you to believe that you can do it too. Now, can I get a yes? Like, are you getting the vibe of this? Because you can, right? So this is the content that he's creating. It's content that educates people. It's not viral trends. It's not crying selfies. It's not 10 top lessons I learned about B2B sales. It's not that. It's about what you do for your clients every single day. Now, we have more examples like Adam Robinson, who's built a multi-million dollar business just off the back of LinkedIn. He's got over 100,000 followers, and he's gone from 0 to 20 million ARR with zero funding, mostly also thanks to LinkedIn. Some more content. Like, he's not the most viral, but he's the key person of influence in his, niche. And that is important. If I ever have a question about what to do in that thing, I'll go to him. There's other people like my friend Kieran, who I met around 2 weeks ago in the US. So Kieran actually came to me. I wasn't even gonna mention this, but he was talking to me over dinner. And he was like, Lara, like, LinkedIn is insane. And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, well, just by having an optimized profile and a good about section and an incredible headline, I'm able to get 6-figure clients off the back of LinkedIn. Just an optimized profile. Like, look at his banner, right? So me, by saying this, I really want to remove every single limiting belief of like, oh my God, but I need a banner, I need this and I need that, I need a landing page. You don't need anything, you just need focus, right? What are you going to do? What are you trying to sell? And then I'm going to show you exactly how you can use AI to get you there faster, right? And we've got other people like Ken Yarmush. We've got other people like Ash Rockford. We've got other people like Ben, who's also hosting and doing public things, etc. Like all of these people are getting daily leads through LinkedIn every single day, including myself. This is unheard of on any other platform. People are way too quick to dismiss LinkedIn. I spent 2 weeks in the US. Every single person is laughing at it, but they don't laugh when I show them my numbers and show them how much you can do just by using one platform weekly, right? So, sorry, I get excited when I talk about LinkedIn, but it's true. Like, so back to my point. LinkedIn is the single best platform to focus in 2026. And if I had to start all over again from zero, I'd pick LinkedIn every single time. Every day, I'm more certain about it. There is no way I would never choose it fast because it's provided me with so many opportunities. But the thing here is, and I need you to listen to this, the people that truly find success using these platforms, no matter how many AI tools you have, the thing that makes or breaks the winners between the winners and the losers is one thing: consistency. So if you want to start this journey, if you want to get ahead, if you want to get more sales, more leads, get more clients faster, increase your pipeline, get more profit, reduce your bloated sales team, all of these things, there's one thing I'm going to ask from you, if you take anything from this today, is that I need you to commit to building on LinkedIn for at least 6 months, right? I'm not charging you for this call. So this is one thing that I'm going to be asking you, okay? You're getting all of this content for the first hour for free, right? I'm about to teach you some things that are going to blow your mind. And so there's one thing that I want you to take into consideration. Just assume that you're here truly learning from me. So grab a pen and paper and please comment in the chat so I can see who's committed. Nice. Sharon, Kushi, Dylan, Jasmine, Lara. Oh, twin. Commit. Right. We're all committed to the journey. You're welcome. Welcome to my LinkedIn cult. Now, back to what I was saying. LinkedIn works for accountants. It can work for consultants. It can work for lawyers in oil and gas, network engineers, etc. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because I know what's going on inside of your head. If I didn't just disprove it already earlier, LinkedIn works for any niche. It doesn't matter. And I've written for every single one of these people. Lawyers, got them leads, made them viral. They're the top authorities in their space. Oil and gas CEOs in Dubai, like, you can do that 100%. So what I love about LinkedIn, right? And just let me finish my point. Let me cook with this one. It does not rely on getting viral reels at all time. You don't have to do this. Like, you don't have to focus on looking good and creating content. You don't need the perfect sales funnel either. And you don't need to be the most creative or the most extroverted or the most viral. Like, trust me when I say this, I'm an introvert. I stay at home 362 days of the year. And the reason why I picked LinkedIn was because of this. Like, I didn't need to be someone else. I just needed to use my brain and monetize. I couldn't, for the first time in my entire life, I was able to monetize my knowledge and create multiple businesses of the back of it, because that's what people on LinkedIn want. And so, once again, you don't need to be an influencer to win on LinkedIn, but you do need to have influence. I'm going to show you exactly how that's done. So, before I get into the teaching, the future of LinkedIn belongs to the experts and the subject matter experts and the leaders, the masters of the craft who know everything, but somehow have fallen behind their competitors and everything. Because honestly, I get it. There's an insane overcomplication by marketers, literally fueling different marketing strategies that make no sense. There's multiple different business gurus telling you to do this and that, and it's overwhelming. And I get it. Especially now with all this AI slop coming out, like, use this AI, this tool, this, that. I get the frustration. I understand it better than you could ever even imagine, because I'm right there with you. And the thing is, even if you're chasing stuff on LinkedIn, creating viral content, like, here's what I learned about B2B sales and going viral, that, my friend, won't get you leads. Sorry to break it to you, some of you. I know it's hard to believe that a viral post is not the equivalent to multi-million dollars. But the reason why people like that, and maybe you, are not getting leads today is not because you're not going viral enough. And it's not because you're not posting. It's because you failed at positioning. You're not focusing on this one thing, right? And I know my mentor is watching this, so shout out to him because I learned this from him. But positioning is the ultimate thing that differentiates you in your brand and your business alongside everyone else, right? You cannot you cannot outpost bad positioning ever. I've seen this far too many times, right? It literally happened to me in 2022 and 2023. Look at that. Like what? What are those selfies? Like I was posting daily. I was using the best AI tools. I was using the best AI ChatGPT things. I was trying to build an AI something business. I was incorporating AI into everything, right? I was following best practices. I bought all of the courses. I read all the books. I was doing everything right. In my business? Well, my business, I don't know. Nothing. I was getting no leads. Like, it was nice. Yeah, sure. Some good virality, but what about the business that I'm trying to build? Absolutely nowhere. So, and even back then, even if I used all of the AI tools that we have today, like I have it right here, I wouldn't have gotten there because the one thing that I was missing and what I want to teach you today is that you need to be human first. Your presence is what AI uses to make you stand out every single time, right? And this is why, and I'm gonna maybe roast someone, but I don't know. This is why whenever any person releases the next AI thing, the next AI offer, the best AI thing, it doesn't work because it's lacking this thing, this very important thing. Can anyone guess? Let's see in the chat. Mm, yeah, all right. It's missing nuance and specificity, right? AI can get you 80% of where you want to go, but you are the 20% that makes you succeed, regardless of anything, right? And so, after spending hundreds of hours talking keynotes, podcasts, events, masterclasses, client meetings, etc., and coaching over 10,000 people on how to nail their business positioning, their growth, how to scale, and how to do all of these things using AI. And even without I realized something that there is a playbook that you need to be using. And this playbook is powered by AI, but it's built by humans. Now, finally got into the teaching. Thank you for watching the talk. So I try to find this playbook about how to actually get someone to implement this as fast as possible in the least amount of time at the most effective rate, right? How can I get a business owner that has no time, that is not tech savvy, that doesn't have time to work with different AI tools at all times to nail this one thing that I'm talking about, positioning, right? And how, most importantly, how can I make them AI proof in this AI gold rush, right? The amount of business owners that I work with, have businesses and they're scared that AI is going to make them irrelevant, that AI is going to be eating their lunch, that AI this and AI that, and their clients, etc. And so, after being in the forefront of all of this, I couldn't find a framework that worked. So I made it. And it's called the PCC, right? The P is for profile positioning, the C is for content, and the other C is credibility. Now I'm gonna be showing you all of this, but I want you to know one thing. If you take anything from this lesson, please make sure it's this. Please take as many photos as you want, and I'm gonna give you an assignment. I need you that by the end of me teaching you this, I want you to write the one thing that you actually learned. Because this, if implemented right, and like I said, if you commit for the next 6 months, you will see a massive difference, right? So for those that want to build an AI-proof business, an AI-proof personal brand, an AI-proof anything, here's how it works. 99% of people fail just at one of these, one of the PCCs, right? but the ones who get at least one right, and just like my friend Kieran, who got the first one right, are able to even hit six figures without even doing anything else, right? I'm not saying there's going to be you immediately, but I'm just showing you what is completely possible, right? So let's get going. Profile positioning is all about what you're going to be looking like on your content, right? So if you think about LinkedIn, for those that don't know, and that haven't posted on LinkedIn for ages, LinkedIn essentially acted as my landing page for the first year of me running a business. I didn't have a landing page. I didn't have a VSL. I didn't have a pitch deck. I built a six-figure agency of this profile. So for those that do know how this works, please allow me to explain for those that don't know. LinkedIn is your 24-hour salesperson. Literally. This is a term that's overused by all the LinkedIn gurus, but I completely agree. If you optimize these 4 different levels of your LinkedIn, immediately when someone Googles you, they're going to be able to identify you as the person to trust, correct? If you go into any meeting today, your client is going to be Googling you. And most likely the first thing that's going to come up is your LinkedIn because it has the most social proof, right? So the thing that you want to be aware of is that even if you're posting the best content in the world or the most viral ChatGPT hack, lead magnet, B2B 10 tech thoughts that changed my life, productivity hack, whatever, if your profile isn't tailored to make someone understand and buy into you immediately, then you're going to fall behind. Because most business owners, if I may say, we've all become quite cynical about who we buy things from. So what you need to do is focus on these 4 key things. Now, number 1 is obviously your profile, right? Nice photo. Not hard. You can even create one with AI. Most people think that my LinkedIn profile is AI, which I don't know if it's a compliment or not, but we'll get into that later. The second thing is your banner, right? I heard one of my old clients say this before, but it's so true. Like your banner is like basically a billboard that makes people stop and buy into you. And that's why I used my friend Erica, who I spoke to around 3 weeks ago. With help, like she asked for some help on her LinkedIn and she's doing amazing already. Basically, all you need to do is make people know who you are, what you do, and who you help. And now number 3, and this is important, please listen carefully. How many times do you think your headline is shown on LinkedIn? Have a guess. 1 time, 2 times, 3 times? I counted it. Your headline on LinkedIn is shown about 12 times across the platform, right? So if you think about it, this is probably one of the most important things that you need to optimize, if anything at all, right? Because this is the first thing that people see when they're making a decision whether they want to buy, work, or support you, right? So you need to have an optimized LinkedIn headline. And I'm going to show you how. So I know that you guys have been looking at my emails over the last 2 weeks. I've been spamming you, and I'm sorry. I was just so very excited. And you know that one of the key things for you to come here was that I was going to give you free gifts. And this is one of them. Because I know that you may be thinking, Lara, I don't know what my niche is. I don't know how to do this. Well, let me fix it for you using AI, right? So at the end of this webinar, me and my team will be sending you this GPT that is designed by me with my knowledge and all of the thousands of clients that I've had, giving you the most optimized way for you to create an amazing headline, an amazing banner, all of these things, right? So don't worry about that. I really, truly want you to focus on what I'm saying. But if you're nervous about already thinking like, I don't know anything, like I don't even know what's that, don't worry, I've got you. Like I'm here to help you, truly. So just as a note, your headline essentially needs to tell people what you do, who you do it for, and how. It also needs to show positioning and authority, but I'm going to get into that later, right? So I'm going to be sending you guys this, but if you want to take a screenshot of the prompt just in case you want to use it, absolutely. Now, here's an example of what I came out with. So I said, hey, I'm in the SEO niche and I have an SEO agency. I've worked with X, Y, and Z. Please make me a headline that's 15 words long, that's specific, and adds credibility. Now, what this amazing GPT did just for you is that it creates 5 optimized headlines ready for you to use with minimal effort. And this is what I've been saying this entire time. Like, AI is not going to replace you. It's here to help you, right? This is what I've been doing for the last 3 years. Now, let me get into the next C, profile positioning. Now, like I said earlier, LinkedIn is your 24-hour, 24/7 sales page. So, if you think about it, okay, Lara, but what do you mean? Okay, let me tell you. Basically, LinkedIn has this amazing feature. It's called the feature section. Duh. And what it does is that you, without a website, can actually go in and add your offer specifically. So when people find you, either through search or your content, can actually go and immediately buy from you. It's easier than ever to actually get leads. It's easier than ever to get people to buy into your product. It's easier than ever to get people onto a waitlist using a lead magnet. Erica, again, is my new favorite example to use, I think, just because I literally just saw her. And so if you have different offers, and my favorite like matrix for this is the 1, 2, 3, which is you have a low ticket product, a free or paid product, and then a high ticket product, right? She's got 2 free and 1 paid, which is fine. So immediately you don't just have space for one thing, not 2 things, but 3 things. You don't have to be worried about creating the perfect website. Like, listen, even till this day, I don't really even have one. Like, I have one for one of my offers, but that's it. People still can get consulting, coaching from me from literally my LinkedIn. So if I can show you this proof, this is also proof, every single entrepreneur is doing it, then I hope that you can do it too. All you need is a place like Calendly, Standstill, or whatever for people to go in and actually purchase your product or get your lead magnet. It's not hard. It's incredibly simple, and you can start generating revenue from that. Additional revenue from for your business as well. Now, the third thing, and this is gonna get good. This is where I shine. This is my bag. I'm a copywriter. So, content architecture. What is this? So early on, I was roasting the marketers for selling you dreams and lies, because everybody's talking about educate. That's your main content pillar to use. You need to, entertain. And to be honest, I disagree massively. The only thing I agree on is that you have to educate. But let me tell you why. Right. If you want to actually become a thought leader in your space, someone that is in the top 1%, someone that your competitors are scared of posting, someone that your competitors even copy but can't, you need to start using this exact same framework. So you educate to get authority, right? That is the reason. You're not doing it for anything else. If it goes viral, that's nice. Then you're going to storytell for memorability, okay? So storytelling is the key for a personal brand to actually stand out. The education is what backs you up with proof. Now, after studying thousands of profiles over the last 3 to 4 months, the best people on the platform do 2 things. They educate and storytell, but the 0.1% do both incredibly well, right? And there's a reason for that. You need to be doing both to capture attention and then retain it. There's no other way, right? And what I like to think about is I like to split it into 80-20. 80% educational and 20% storytelling. Now, I'm also going to show you how to write it. I know what you're thinking. Just let me give you the context. Now, the last thing in the middle, sales. Of course, we love to talk about money. I do, at least. So the last thing that you need to do is actually have conversions. So how this works, basically, and feel free to take screenshots. We're also, I don't know, I need to ask the team if we're going to be able to send the webinar at the end. Don't know. All right, I'll ask. But basically, the fast post, or the fast educational post, educational content is not about regurgitating information. You see it day and night. I know that you guys probably just went back on LinkedIn just now because I mentioned it. And some of you may even be scared. I know some of my friends watching this now are. And it's all filled with fluff. It looks like essays. It looks like reports. It looks like I'm excited to announce that I just got a new job at this place that I actually don't want to be doing, but I have to post this. That is not what I'm talking about. The thing that I'm talking about is how you are able to show competence in your niche every single time. And you do this using three key things, right? Three. You're going to be using frameworks. So step by steps. This, for example, is a framework, right? Step by step. You're going to be using step by step. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you are an SEO, I know, sorry, I'm using SEO a lot. Maybe then to, whatever. SEO. If you're an SEO watching this, you're going to show someone how to create a featured snippet in 2 days using Google AI. I don't know. And then the last thing is how to. So how to build a business, how to solve very painful problem that your ideal client has. I saw a PR agency here. So if you work in PR, how to get featured on Forbes. If you work in dentistry, how to stop having cavity pain. How to find a great dentist in your area, right? All of these things. However, it needs to be good. It needs to be conversational over formal. You need to be using short sentences instead of paragraphs. This is what's going to make you a thought leader in your niche. Now, this is what content like this really looks. Because obviously, I'm going to show you examples. I'm not just going to give you context and stuff. Like, we came here with receipts. Okay? Now, this is exactly what an educational piece of content looks like. And if you look at it, if you look at what I highlighted, there's three core things that I want you to look at. Okay? The first thing, I just mapped out your next. Okay? I just did this thing for you. This is based on psychology. It's called reciprocity bias because I'm doing you a favor by showing you exactly what you need. 365 days at specificity, another copywriting framework, right? Most people trust numbers and they want to know the timeframes. And then on LinkedIn growth, so the problem that you're actually solving. So if you guys want to go ahead and write something down just for you to memorize it, like how would you do this for your niche? I just mapped out your next 365 days of what? Profile, PR building, business building, SEO strategy, whatever. And then the images that you can use can be framed, like can be infographics like this, which is something that I love about LinkedIn. Like, it's not like Instagram where you have to be showing your face at all times and literally selling yourself for a nice selfie. It's based on your knowledge. You can literally make that on Canva in an hour or something. So it's simple. Let me see some examples. Can we get the slides? Oof, I don't know. You guys, if you guys behave, if we get every single person to watch until the end, absolutely. So you guys are gonna keep each other accountable and not my problem. I'm just here. All right. Now the second thing, storytelling for memorability. Now, people retain stories better than they do information. This is a well-known fact. And I love learning that because, as you can see, I can yap for a bit. And so the stories that you tell on LinkedIn aren't always going to be about you. They're going to be about them through you. And this is what I call the art of the humble flex. One of my friends actually named this after me. I don't know if that was an insult, but I'll take it. Where you basically storytell about you, but in the most humble way possible, where you're creating a story that is about you, but truly is about them, right? How do you do this? You talk about transformations, you talk about lessons, you talk about failures, because this is incredibly relatable to anyone, right? We've all been through similar things. And so when you create content like this about your niche, within your business expertise, within your area of competence, in your zone of genius, you will be able to tell stories that don't just work, but convert. Right. One quick thing before I move on. Who here has taken my courses and watched my YouTube videos? Just put a one in the chat. Now, how many of you related to a story that I wrote before? Or a video, or a podcast, right? Yes, exactly. I can see in, like, if we look at the chat, exactly. What more proof do you need? Like, when you tell stories, they're truly about someone else. You're telling them from your own experience, but you're doing it to connect, and that's the entire reason why I do what I do. The purpose of building a personal brand and authority isn't just becoming an influencer. Is to have influence, to do greater things, and to help other people. As you can see, it's true. And this is what makes you known, liked, and trusted. Now, another example, my friend John, I got to officiate my co-founder's wedding. Vitaly and I have been co-founders for 4 years, and this is what I've been saying about staying in your zone of genius, in your zone of competence. Like he's not talking about a random friend that no one knows about. He's talking about his co-founder. And that in the realm of LinkedIn makes sense, right? Most people are scared of telling stories because they're like, well, it doesn't really fit. Well, it does when you make it fit. You find a way to weave a story within a lesson, right? So when you're talking about entrepreneurship, lessons like mindset lessons, they work if they relate directly to what you do today. All right. Now, content architecture, the selling part for conversion, which is probably the thing that you guys are all here for, right? No one is going like this is very personal to me, honestly. If you don't talk about your offer, no one is going to do it for you. Okay? Let me say that again. If you don't talk about your offer, if you don't create content about it, if you don't send emails about it, if you don't DM people about it, how do you expect people to even think about it? Okay? This is a harsh reality I had to face about a year or two ago. We are consistently scared of promoting ourselves. The fear of being seen is insane. Okay? Even I have it. Like, you should have seen me jumping up and down like 10 minutes before this webinar. I'm like, oh my God, what if they judge me? Okay, so what? Some people won't, and that's cool. And so, if you're thinking the same way, you need to be talking about your offer every single week. Because the worst thing that can happen is what? No one sees your posts? The best thing that can happen, your ideal client sees your post and wants to buy from you. Like the overall advantage of doing this is literally a no-brainer. So if you're scared of doing this, let me stop you for a second because you need to be promoting yourself because no one else is going to be doing it for you. So now, how do you do it? Well, you write about case studies. You don't need to be say, please don't do that. You don't need to say, hey, like, I just opened 5 new spots. Buy now. And then those 5 spots remain open for the next 5 years. Don't do that. Talk about case studies. Talk about success stories. Talk about here's how I did very cool thing for thing person. Or here's my X framework to get my ideal client X result, right? And this works every time. I do it all the time. Do I get judged? No. At least I don't think so. Do I get more clients? Absolutely. Do I wish I started doing that even sooner? 100%. If I did that before, I don't know where I'd be. I'd definitely be in a penthouse or something. I'm in the first floor right now. No judgment. But this is what I'm saying. Like, you need to be promoting yourself, basically. Like, I'm not gonna get into it. I'm getting too emotional about this. But this is an example of how you can do this. So I built a 7-figure online business by 27. 70% of that revenue came from email. Now, something as simple as that can work. How do I know that? Because that post generated us about $5,000. A LinkedIn post, right? So how am I going you excited enough about LinkedIn? Please give me a 1 so I can keep on yapping. I'm running out of energy. My new tonic ran out. So, now, again, Lara, okay, I'm not a copywriter. I don't have time. I don't know where to start. Cool. I've got an AI to help you do this. So you can use this prompt with the GPT that I'm going to send you at the end of this webinar. Okay, please write me 10 hooks and re-hooks to do X, Y, and Z, right? With the GPT that I built for you personally, with so much love, you can literally put this in and it will create you content tailored to succeed on LinkedIn, right? Ladies and gentlemen, like friends, kings and queens, you have no excuse to not get going. You have the ultimate advantage in this era of AI to win. because you know what you know best, which is your expertise. And today, you know how to leverage AI to do all of that even faster, right? The next thing that you need is just me shouting at you for a little bit more to get you going, right? And so the last thing in this PCC framework is one key thing that no one talks about. Absolutely no one. And I don't know why. No, I do know why. It's a bit complex to explain. Here I am explaining the complex thing. There's two key things I want you to think about when it comes to credibility. There is authority engagement on LinkedIn and social proof. One without the other don't work. So, okay, Lara, what does this mean? Authority engagement is the key thing that runs the platform. If you think about LinkedIn, once again, LinkedIn runs in a connection to connection basis. You go first, second, and third connections, okay? When you get powerful first and second connections coming into your content, your authority will increase. Again, do I have any SEOs in the chat, right? You guys have backlinks, right? If you have a Forbes thing from like a Forbes article written about you, that's a high grade backlink. Cool. This is exactly the same. When you get all the people with high followings validating you, then they're going to be bringing their followers, their authority onto you. This again is based on cognitive bias, the halo effect. When one person likes you, other people will come and follow through, right? And you need to be creating this authority engagement by one, creating amazing content, and two, also engaging with these people. Now, I'm not going to get into this because I could do an entire lesson on this, but just know this one thing. The fastest and easiest way to get authority and proof is by doing this thing because I've done it. Exactly this playbook. Now, the next thing is social proof. Now, I saw this post from Sean earlier. He posted it 2 days ago. And this is exactly what I mean with social proof. You don't need to be shouting, things at people like, oh my God, look at me. I did this and I did that. And like, look at me. I wasn't for, like, you don't have to say that. And for those that think, okay, Lara, I haven't built a 7-figure business yet. I don't have Forbes. I don't go on podcasts. Don't worry. Like, you can literally do this with whatever proof that you have. Whether you've done free work or not, whether you have your first few clients, but you're pivoting niche, like, it's all achievable. And I'll show you how to do it later or maybe tomorrow. Now, this is what social proof truly looks like when you're leveraging someone else's audience or when you're even leveraging yourself. So this post, Lara Costa built a $1 million info product business this year. I built a 100 million agency. Okay, Sean with the flex. He'll come and show us how to do that on Thursday. Don't worry. But this is exactly how you prove that you are worth listening to. And I know for a fact that out of these 1.8 people listening to this, all of you have this exact same proof, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the 0 to 1 brand scaling blueprint. Now, they will enjoy it. They will take a lot of notes. Give me a yes in the chat. Why is everybody commenting on LinkedIn? Wait, what? Why do we have an engagement? Guys, the team we need some management here. It's okay. Well, everyone is going crazy on LinkedIn. All right, cool. Now, these people that use this right are winning with AI, right? Not because of AI. So let me remind you, if you stay till the end, I'm going to be sending you the GPT that I just showed you, right? It's going to be free for you. And you're gonna have it at the end, okay? Just make sure that you use the prompts that I showed earlier. So hopefully you took screenshots. Now, one thing that I'm certain of is that AI doesn't replace you. It replaces the work that you don't need to be doing. And I just had to sneak this in, to be honest. You can also write content in seconds. So over the last year, I've been building something incredibly important to me. That is something that I wish I had from the very start. And it's called Clio. And that is my baby. So I just showed you how to do it for free and with ChatGPT. But how about if there was a tool that was able to do all of this for you immediately using my framework? So this is exactly what Clio does. And for those that don't know, Clio is like a ghostwriter in your pocket that writes for you. So If you go in and ask it, hey, give me post ideas, it will literally look at what you do. So it knows you. It will come up with ideas and then it will write you a nearly perfect LinkedIn post in seconds. You go from ideation to execution in no time, right? It's got swipe files, it's got writing examples. You can write like me, you can write like Jake, you can write like anyone else. So, to hone in on the point of AI, AI is here to help you go faster, make more money, get those new clients, scale to the $1 million, $2 million, even exit, right? So if this is what the top 1% of people are doing, are you going to be one of those? Please put a yes in the chat if you are ready. Yes. Okay, I've got some very excited people. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. This is so funny. Okay. Now, here's what I've been hearing this entire time, right? I work with clients day and night. I look at LinkedIn all day. And if there's something I hear all the time is, well, Lara, all of this is amazing, but how do I actually capitalize on AI to start? Like, yes, Lara, you've shown me these things, but what do I do? And some other people even saying, I can't afford to wait months before listening, like getting results. Or will this even work for my niche? Right? Do you guys have similar questions? Ladies and gentlemen, the answer is yes. Yes, you can. And that's exactly why I built something that I've never seen before. And it's the entire reason why we've created this entire 3-day event. See, I've been trying to find something over the last 3 years that really had these things that I wish I could find. All of the tools and all of the lessons and the right people at the right time, the right information, the right resources. And I couldn't find it. So I went to Shan and we kind of like spoke about it briefly, nearly like 6 months ago, but we were too busy. But finally, we've come together and are bringing this to you. Now, let me show you what this really is. The Known Club includes the 6 key fundamental things that have actually enabled me and people like Shan to actually get ahead with AI and even before AI, right? And now today we're using AI to even scale even faster, right? My businesses are making multiple 6 and 7 figures. All of this because of AI and having the right systems at the right time, right? So the 6 key things that I'm talking about is live coaching with feedback. Because yes, you can come to one of these live sessions, you can get the content, but if you don't get feedback, then who's gonna tell you what you're doing right? Then also, the next thing is having training that you and your team can use. Because I know if you're a business owner, if you're a CEO, you don't want to go to a lesson and then have to explain it to your team all over again. And maybe they retain 70% of the information. And maybe you can't even explain it as well as someone else, right? So having that created for you and your teams is important. Now, also, a private members community. Because I don't know how many of you have joined school communities for free and paid, or Circle, or WAP, or all of these platforms. And you're like, well, I hate it here. It's crowded, it's populated, it doesn't work. So a private members community based on Slack where business owners are doing business at all times is important. And I wanted that so badly because I'm so tired of WhatsApp groups, of Circle, Discord even. I can't handle it, especially when I'm doing high level things. Because if you're anything like me, you're a high performer. You don't have time. You do have time for the things that matter. And those things usually happen on Slack anyway. Now, the last 3 things, step-by-step playbooks that you and your team can implement, specialized AI tools. Some of them I've just shown you, and some of them I will reveal in a second. And then in-person events where you can actually meet the top 1% of your industry and in the world. Now, who wants this? Most people, right? And these are the 6 key things that most things are missing, right? And I couldn't do this on my own, to be honest, right? I'm great, or at least I think I am. I'm maybe LinkedIn's number one personal branding expert. Maybe have built several businesses, but I know that I can't do this alone. So to bring the Known Club to you today, I actually partnered up with four of my favorite people on the internet. We've got Shan, again, who's gonna come on day three, but he's here. So for those that don't know Shan, he's built an eight-figure agency, right? Has worked with people like Iman Gaji, Grace Beverly, James Smith, has worked with brands like Dior, right? He is going to be coming in and teach you how to monetize your business and get to where you want to be, right? And he's not just done this for him, by the way, he's also done it with me and many other entrepreneurs looking to monetize their expertise. Chad and I together, we built an over $1 million business, right? So I know that he's more than equipped to tell you exactly what you need to do to not just grow your current business, but to help you leverage the other things that online entrepreneurship actually can build, right? We have Connor. So for those that have taken my courses, especially my email course, shout out to the people in the email course, you know Connor. He's going to show you exactly how we literally print money on demand with one single email. Now, our best performing email campaigns have done over $10,000, $15,000 off the back of one email. The brains behind that, we've got Connor. So I'm bringing him to show you the other ways to monetize your expertise so you get the front end and the back end, right? Is the whole system combined. And again, let me pause for a second. I've never seen anyone do anything like this before. Never, right? We've got Taslim, who is literally LinkedIn's algorithm expert. If anyone knows anything about the LinkedIn algorithm, it's him. He studies it day and night, and that is coming from me, right? I do this as a hobby. He does it for a passion. He doesn't even get paid for it. So he's going to tell you exactly what is going on with the algorithm and how to look at your analytics and what to do to get ahead for the first time ever. Because I know that no LinkedIn guru knows this. Not even I. I don't look at it. He does. And then he tells me, I don't know. But if you were ever wondering, oh my God, I think I'm shadow banned. I think my LinkedIn doesn't work. He's going to tell you if it's true. And not just that, he's going to actually help you. Now, the last thing, we've got Harry. Harry is one of my top students. And he's going to show you exactly how he's been able to build a multiple six-figure agency off the back of LinkedIn alone through networking and through outbound, right? So I do inbound only. He does outbound. Sean does monetization, Connor does ads, and Taslim does LinkedIn algorithm. Okay? So some of you may be wondering, why am I doing this? Well, look, I spent over $30,000 trying to find something like this, but nothing that I've ever seen had real tactical information. There was no real-time business stuff that actually made sense. And if you guys have taken courses before, oh, I hate it. Like there's no the people teaching most courses aren't even in the trenches. I purposely go back into the trenches for fun so I can teach people things. Like off the back, we've got the agency still running for no reason. Just because I want to know things and teach them. I built a software tool for no reason, other than the fact that I wanted to learn and show people how to do it. I have one of the biggest LinkedIn profiles in the world. And I literally teach people how to do it. So I don't see anyone doing that. And I just truly was like, okay, well, I'm going to have to fill that space. Because, look, business is hard. You need incredible support, incredible material, and a community that actually cares about you, that is at the same level or even above. And the thing that makes the Known Club different is that it's not going to be a course. It's a club. Like it is almost like a society. It's tailored to not just give you content so you can leave. No, we have CSMs that are ready to help you at all times with any questions you ever had. right? Have. So the if you are an ambitious person that needs quick support, that needs on-demand tactics that aren't just fluff, that isn't, oh, just be consistent. Oh, just have a better offer. Like, please. This is why we're building this for. Now, let me explain how the known club works. And by the way, do you guys like the branding? Like, I'm giving American Express here. Honestly. It's giving green, the slithering green, very nice, very polished, elegant vibes. You know my colors are usually orange, but we chose green to match my nicotine spray, I guess. I don't know. Or whatever, make me money. But now, for the first 4 weeks of the known club, if you join this month, like this, or the next 3 days, you get access to 4 intensive weeks where you have lessons every single day to help you scale your business. Now, I want to give you a second to look at how dense that calendar is, right? There are 5 lessons for 4 weeks. That's 20 lessons in total, one for each coach. Now, I'm not going to do the math, but maybe you can try it. We've got me, we've got Shan, and we've got all the 3 other experts, right? So the average for a call with someone like ourselves, around $1,000, right? You get 5 a week of these calls with top entrepreneurs giving you their secrets at all times. So week 1, week 2, week 3, that's 4 weeks, okay? You're gonna get there. These lessons are 2 hours each, by the way, not just one, because we've tried and tested this, by the way. Like I know I can go on. Sorry. So 1 hour of teaching and then 1 hour of live Q&A, so you can actually have the time finally for once and for all and ask every single question that you want to ask to your favorite person or teacher. Hopefully it's me. I don't know. Maybe it's Taslim. He's cool. He'll come tomorrow. You'll meet him. And so in those lessons, you're going to deep dive into what the key things in content, marketing, ads, etc. you need to know. And then off the back of it, just in case this wasn't enough, we're going to be giving you assignments and keep you accountable so you can actually get success. Because if there's something I know as a former powerlifter, yeah, I peaked in 2022, is that the thing that matters the most is to have ridiculous levels of accountability. You need to have someone to show up every single time in order to get progress. Effort negates luck. You can try to get lucky, but if you try multiple times, one of those days, you will get lucky. And we are luck manufacturers over here. So let me give you a walkthrough of what week by week this looks like. So on Monday, I'm going to be talking about how to build an authority flywheel. On Tuesday, Taslim is going to have the algorithm and decode it for you and also show you how to utilize it for sales. On Wednesdays, Shan is going to show you how to monetize your content. And by the way, we had a call with my other cohorts before. His lesson is the most watched one. So I'm just going to say that. He literally blew people's minds. Now, on Thursdays, we're going to show you how to become the #1 authority in your industry. And then on Fridays, Connor's going to show you how to go from cold to warm conversions. Now, who's excited? Like, what lesson do you guys think is going to be the best one? Say me. Now, basically, what I mean with this and what each of these lessons is meant to do for you is that you're not just going to get the content, like, yes, the authority flywheel, what was that for? The authority flywheel is the same thing that I've used over the last 3 years to get ahead of every single one of my competitors, blow them out of the water, build enough businesses and get ahead, right? Things like understanding the algorithm have gotten me out of this consistent procrastination station of like, oh, does the LinkedIn algorithm like me? Do I need to use more AI? Is my AI tool connected to this? You don't need to, right? Like it's fine. And this is exactly what Taz is going to be covering. Now on Wednesday, Like, if you don't know how to monetize your knowledge, what product to start, how to even build it, then Sean is gonna show you that. Because I know some of you are literally waiting for the right opportunity to be like, yes, I want to build something that I can, create once and sell multiple times. Sean is the expert for this, and he's gonna come here and show you exactly how to do that. Now, on Thursday, Harry's literally like, I've seen this man go from 0 to like 50,000 followers in a year. And if he can show you how the new LinkedIn algorithm works, or how to become an authority in your industry, how to build a multiple six-figure business that has become a family business, by the way, as well, all through LinkedIn, is him. And then on Friday, Connor's gonna show you how we literally turn cold emails, how we got you to come today even. Like, some of you don't know me. Hopefully we're friends now. Hopefully. He's the person that got you to turn up today, right? So he's gonna show you exactly how to do that for other people in your business. Now we can go on and I can show you exactly what every lesson is. So week 1, week 2 is all about how to leverage AI and systems to amplify your growth. Because like I've been saying in the promo for this, you can actually use AI for nearly every single thing in your business, but that doesn't mean you have to become an AI powered business, right? It doesn't need to be like that. You just need the right tools at the right time with the right frameworks. So on Monday, I'm going to show you how to build up AI-proof business. And then on Tuesday, Taslim, sorry, the team is texting me. I think we need to go. On Tuesdays, I'm gonna be showing you how Taslim is gonna show you how to actually write with AI that is undetectable. Like, this man built a six-figure agency writing with mostly AI. His clients have gone viral. I've seen multiple of them. Some of them are top voices in the industry. Some of them you guys probably follow on LinkedIn and off LinkedIn. By the way, I can't share, obviously. But most of his writing was done with AI, but it doesn't mean that it was contributing to the AI slop, which is the fear that most people have. Now, on Wednesdays, Shannon's going to show you how to convert offers. On Thursdays, the AI outbound system. So, like, what AI tools do you need and how to actually implement them? What processes do you need? What templates do you need? And then on Friday, we're going to be covering six-figure email automations, which is exactly what I don't know, but what we use to like get people from a lead magnet to a flow to then conversion to then upsell, all these things that you're trying to figure out by yourself, that you're trying to hire all the agencies for. We're going to be teaching you this. Now, week 3, how to make your first $100,000 with scalable money models. So I'm going to be teaching you my pride and joy of how to run an $100,000 launch, right? If anyone can do it, it's me. I've not done it once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times. I'm gonna keep doing it again, using the exact same playbook. Now, this is one of the most asked things that I've ever get asked, but I never share it. Because it's my baby. I don't want anyone to have that. You guys will get it, right? On Tuesday, again, Taz gonna show you the essential content system. On Wednesdays, on Wednesdays, we're gonna be talking about the $100 to $1 million roadmap. If I can say one thing about this, is that I've gone through it and it works. So you guys can also trust me on that. On Thursdays, how to keep winning with clients long term. So if you guys need to know about retention and making clients happy, then this is going to be the lesson for you. Because if anything, retention is the key for success. And now the last thing is how to test, iterate, and scale ads for any niche globally. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, what lessons sounds exciting for you? Like, just give me what is interesting. For me, honestly, my lesson, just because I like learning from, top creators, top entrepreneurs, but that's just me. Now, why is this important to you today? Well, if you made it this far, we're like an hour and a half in, and you're still here, the whole 1,500 of you, you're still here because you need one thing. You want to be known. You want to be an expert in your industry, but you're trying to figure out how, right? And what we're going to be doing together is that we can teach you how to master these things so you can construct an end-to-end lead generation engine that never fails you and brings new opportunities to you, right? You can finally, once and for all, stop trying to figure out what is the problem. You can actually understand how to be known in your industry, how to be trusted, how to be liked, how to get ahead. And this is where you need to make a decision, right? Is 2025 going to be the year when you finally do it? When you stop thinking about it? Because honestly, I just showed you the entire playbook that you need to be using. But are you going to be implementing it? Are, how are you going to know that it works? That is my question to you. So, we're going to be using AI to do the heavy lifting for you, by the way. Like, if I know anything about business, is that AI is a super tool, not just ChatGPT, but all of them combined. You can literally save hours of work doing all of that. Now, obviously, I didn't want to just leave it there. We have, we're going to be giving you access to the best content for you and your team to learn at your own pace. Because back to what I was saying earlier, if you're a business owner that has employees, you want them to learn as well. Because maybe you're busy and you have a marketing department. Well, they can't really, if they can't come to the calls, they'll have all of these things. Now, the first thing that you're going to get for free, right? If you join the Known Club today, you're going to get free access to my full personal branding blueprint. This is LinkedIn's #1 community course, etc. in the world, right? We've got over 5,000 people, 3,000 people around that using it. Today you get it for free. So that's 55 hours of content with over 21 modules, 139 videos solving every single specific question you have about content. How to write a hook, how to understand the algorithm. Like if you can't come to the calls, the content's gonna be there. Every single question you've ever had about personal branding on LinkedIn, off LinkedIn, AI content, etc., is right there, ready for you to use, right? The second thing is I'm going to be giving you access to Sean's monetization course, right? This is usually $999, but you get it for free as well. This is 7+ hours of content and with over 6 modules. Now, if you need a reminder, if I haven't shown him often enough, Sean has sold over 300 million online. I'll just give you a second to comprehend that number because sometimes it's hard to read because I thought it was a 0 less, but it's 1 more. That's crazy. 300 million. And he's here not just teaching you, but giving you access to his playbook, his entire thing on how to scale your offer, how to monetize using funnels and converting leads into sales. And look, I don't just know Sean. I don't just use his frameworks. My friends also work with him. Like most of my friends in the agency world have actually done this by themselves, gone out, gotten his courses, he's gotten his mentorship, and they adore him, right? It works. I've seen it myself with multiple people, not just myself, right? Bonus number 3, you're going to get access to the 24/7 Lara. I don't sleep, but she doesn't either. So when I'm like unavailable, maybe I've gone to the gym, she can answer your questions. Lara AI is an AI tool that we built around a year ago, maybe 6 months ago. She is built using every single course, video, podcast that I've ever made. She talks like me, thinks like me, writes like me. She will even give you jokes if you ask her. A lot of the main use for her is that if you ever have a question that maybe you don't want to ask me directly because maybe you're shy like me and you don't want to ask people things, you can go to her and ask her and she will give you the right answer immediately. Okay? Now, the fourth thing, I've lost count of how many bonuses I'm going to give you guys. The fourth thing is you're going to be getting free access to Clio. the tool that I showed you how to use earlier. Now, for those that don't know, Clio is currently closed. No one has access to it right now. But if you join today, you're going to be getting free access for a month to use it. Now, Clio is literally a content writer in your pocket. And look, I'm not going to say much about it because I know you guys are busy, but let me show you one thing. These are the testimonials that we have already with Clio. People are going viral using it, from dormant accounts to completely AI-powered content in seconds, right? This post that Jake wrote, you can actually go into his LinkedIn and check. It's completely written with Clio. Now, complete the idea and the content, by the way. So, if you need to prove that this works 100%, this is an incredible deal. Like, the product is off the market right now. So, if anything, just that is enough. Now, the next thing is you're going to be getting free access to Pablo, yet another tool that is not available to the public, right? Look, I've got an insane network. I've got amazing software to give you guys exclusively. So just imagine how good the content in the Known Club will be, right? If we're already giving you this upfront exclusive things that no one has access to, then imagine. Now, what is Pablo? Well, Pablo is the monetization software used by me and the biggest online entrepreneurs in the world. I'm talking again, James Smith, Grace Beverly, Iman Gaji, all of these creators that you probably like, know, and follow. They all used it. And so with it, you can start selling your digital product. You can use its AI to tell you what the best business models are there. You can use landing pages, build landing pages, lead magnets, and, find spaces for one-to-one coaching. This is built for online distribution to scale your business. Everything also is custom branding to your business. So the reason why I don't like Salco, I don't like, Kajabi, I don't like school, and I don't go to WAP is because of this. I want my brand to be elegant. I want my brand to be exclusive. And the only tool that I've ever seen doing this is Pablo. And soon, especially if you join today, you get access to it. Now imagine a platform that can literally look like you built it, like your own, that is custom made for you, that doesn't look like anyone else's. This is it, right? So if you care about positioning, like me, like I just showed you, like in the first hour, then this is right. Like, this is all about positioning at the end of the day. Same with Clio, same with all the courses. How are you going to position yourself to make yourself stand out, outcompete your competition, and be on the top 1%? Now, this is exactly what the Known Club is going to look like when you sign up, right? You're going to have every single resource. You're going to be having access to the Slack community. You're going to be able to see all the calls. You're going to have all the lessons and all the resources all in one place. Okay? So, who likes the vibes here? Like, okay, now it's given more Harry Potter, but I like it. Okay. Now, just let me round this up. Okay? Let me round this up. If you join the Known Club, you're going to be getting 4 weeks live with me and the team with 20 lessons and 5 calls a week that are 2 hours long. All right. On top of that, you're going to be getting 6 months community and monthly group call access to the Known Club, because the 4 weeks are just the accelerating part, the accelerator. But you get full access to the Known Club for 6 months. Okay? So 4 weeks intensive coaching and getting you to 0 to 1 or whatever you are in your business, and then giving you feedback for 6 months on any question you have about business, personal branding, content, ads, etc. Right? This is not just a short thing. It's for the long haul. I want you guys to actually experience this with me. Right? On top of that, you're going to not just be getting 1 or 2 entire courses for free on everything you need to know about brand and monetization. Now, you're going to be getting 3 exclusive AI tools that are currently not available in the market. You're gonna get Clio AI, you're gonna get Pablo AI, and you're gonna get Lara AI. Right. That is your content problems sorted. So if you don't have time, Clio takes care of that for you. If you don't know where to monetize your business, Pablo covers that for you. And if you have any questions at any time, then Lara AI covers that for you. And if that wasn't enough, you have the 2 courses and you have the weekly course with 5 coaches for 5 days. Like, I'm not a maths person, but just do the maths rapidly. Like, a call with me is like $1,500, like for an hour. So I'm obviously not gonna be charging that, right? Now, some of you guys are probably thinking, okay, Lara, I'll figure this out on my own. So that's what you probably said at the start of 2025 as well. Why haven't you? So are you going to keep on lying to yourself? Or are you actually going to get to where you want to go? The second thing, well, Lara, like, I'll just stick to your YouTube videos. Like, they're great. And watch all your podcast episodes. Yeah, sure. But I don't answer any of your questions there. I answer the podcast's questions. I answer what's relevant. But 9 times out of 10, the content created online is engineered for views and likes, not just not for teaching what actually works. Most videos online never teach the nitty-gritty tactics that are hidden behind the curtain. Like the thing that I showed earlier on that positioning thing, no one talks about it. Why? Because it's not viral enough. No one wants to know how to position yourself as an expert. Like, no, but it's what matters, what makes you money, right? Now, the next thing that some of you may be thinking, no thanks, I'd rather hire an agency. Okay, maths time. Well, in the low end, an agency costs around $3,000 a month on the low end. And on the high end, it costs around $10,000 a month. That is $18,000 to $60,000 for 6 months. And in reality, when you hire most agencies, they'll just offload you onto a VA to write your post. I've seen it many times. And so fundamentally, you're better off just mastering all of this yourself, or at least letting your team find that out, right? Okay, Lara, but you know what? Like, I just want speed. I'm gonna pay for ads to sort this out. Okay. More maths? To run ads successfully, you need a full team of creative strategists, media buyers, editors, designers. That is a 2K plus a month budget just on ads alone. I don't even want to do the maths on how much it would cost you to hire all of these people, right? That could be around over $10,000 each month. So you have a decision to make today. Like, are you going to keep on doing the thing that you've been doing for a while? I don't know where I'm going to go. Or are you actually going to go ahead and know that today is time? Because like I said earlier, this AI gold rush is not going to last forever. You've got around 6 to 12 months to try and get ahead. And those that don't will fall behind again. And in 3 years from now, 4 years, 5 years, you'll be wondering, what if? What if I actually did that thing? What if I actually went all in? And I don't want you to be one of those people. So, my friends, you could keep on going, filing information away, you know, looking at YouTube videos, podcasts, reading more books. You can even start a 52 books in 52 days challenge. Sure. Or you could just try and take action and go for it and know that it's time. Because again, if you made it this far into the call, I know that you're desperate to take action. And I know that you need support because no one likes to do this alone. I know that you need top experts behind you actually doing the things that you don't know how to do and teaching you how to do them.
You want the playbooks, you want the SOPs. You don't want to spend hours and hours on end trying to understand the LinkedIn algorithm when I already know it. You don't want to spend hours and hours and hours on end trying to understand how to launch a product because I've already done it. You don't want to spend hours trying to find the best coach to teach you how to do it. Now, let me go back again. So, this is not going to cost you $20,000. This is not going to cost you $15,000. This is not even going to cost you $8,000. Not even $5,000. And again, if you did the math earlier, you don't need to do any of that. Today, if you want to join the Known Club, the cost is $4,000 just for today, right? Just for you who is in the school today, right? We couldn't make this an even better deal, right? Now, I know that some of you may not be able to pay the full amount, and I get it. So, if you want to secure your spot today, you can pay a deposit of $500 and pay the balance by the 5th of December. We're giving all of you a chance to actually go for it, you know, because it's time for every single one of you to go ahead and join. Now, this could be, and I'm gonna be dropping the link in the chat if you guys wanna join today. So again, let me go back and show you what, like, you're going to be getting 4 weeks of full teaching with me and the team. Intensive, 2 hours every single week. You're gonna be getting 3 exclusive AI tools that you can use to go viral and to make money. You can go viral quicker and you can monetize faster as a business owner today. It's never been easier to actually get to where you wanna be. Now, beyond those 4 weeks of teaching, you're also going to be getting exclusive access to the Known Club. This also means live events, live networking sessions, exclusive access to me. And for those that don't really know me, I never reply to anyone. So the team is gonna be putting the link in the chat if you want to join today. Okay? And if not, that's completely fine. Hopefully you learned something. But let me ask you one thing. Where could you be in 6 months? Are you going to be doing the exact same thing? And am I going to be seeing you again in one of these webinars where I'm trying to teach you one thing because I can't really put all of it into 3 days? Or are you actually going to go all in building your business using AI, making more sales, increasing your revenue, and becoming an authority in your niche? What's it going to be? You can finally be the person that stands out in business rather than just blend in. Because if you're tired of feeling invisible at all times, this is your chance to actually get going. Look, just before I let the coaches in, we're gonna have a bit of Q&A. The future belongs to the people who create and not just consume. You know, the choice is truly yours. And look, again, there is no downside to investing the $500 or even $4,000 today. Like, what is that? 2 clients of LinkedIn? I'm sure that if you come to 2 lessons, you could literally understand how to get those 2 clients. So there is literally no downside at all. To be honest, you're going to be spending that money anyway. So what's it gonna be? Are you gonna invest it in your future, in getting where you wanna go using proven systems, or are you just gonna hold it and spend it in something else that is not beneficial to your business? The choice is yours. But we're not gonna be running this offer again in a few months. So this could be your last chance before the year ends to actually get ahead. And I'm not just launching this for fun. Like, this is something that I've been dreaming of over the last 3 years. Like, something that I wish I had when I started. Look, I'm busy. I have 3 businesses to run. But there's a true purpose behind all of us doing this today. It needs to help you because I'm tired of seeing experts run out of time. I'm tired of seeing people like one of my friends, even Jody, um, who didn't think that she could do LinkedIn. She didn't think that she could fit in. And I was like, please, I need your expertise on the platform. Now she's got around 50,000 followers. She gets a lot of leads through LinkedIn. So the choice is yours. So you have two choices. You can either be known and grow your business or stay ghost online and go out of business in the next 3 years with AI or because of AI. So once again, we're going to be putting the link in the chat. And if you want to join, the choice is yours. This offer only applies for today and tomorrow. So if you want to join the known club, then today is your chance. And again, the investment is only going to be around $500 if you want to secure your spot today because we have limited seats because we want to give people like obviously the attention that they need. So again, if you want exclusive access to all of these AI tools, all of these programs, exclusive access to me and the coaches in the 6 month community, then you have a choice to make. Now, what is your plan? Stay invisible online for a year or, you know, fall behind your competitors? Or maybe you're thinking, how quickly can I start? Will I start seeing results when I join? Absolutely. Like I've seen people get results within 3 days. It's not magic, it's just strategy. It's just positioning. Will it work for my niche and even if I have 0 followers? Yes. Just like people like Kieran. He has like 10 followers on LinkedIn. He's making six-figure deals. Will I be given one-to-one advice on my current situation and how can I implement this strategy? Absolutely. So I know it's been a long day for you guys, but you have a decision to make. You can keep on filing information away, you can keep on filing your dreams away, or you can actually take action. Now, I'm gonna bring in the coaches. I think we're ready, and we're finally gonna get into Q&A. Think I need a drink, so I'm gonna go get that. Shan or Leva,
If
who's here?
you if you just stop sharing.
Yes. Hey, Shan.
Hey guys, what's going on? Thank you for staying along. And yes, after 1 hour of teaching and Lara showing a lot of stuff, Lara has been now pitching her new thing, and that is literally what you do in business. You give value, and then you go ahead and try to convert people at the back of that. That's literally business 101. Some of you that joined late, unfortunately, you missed out. And yes, there are some custom GPTs, etc., built and some tools which will be sent out to the people that attended. But yeah, I guess we're very, very excited to be launching this known club. My name is Sean. I'm the founder and CEO at Gemflow, which is a business I started from zero. And we have done $100 million in revenue. And I work with some of the biggest online entrepreneurs in the world. And we've sold $300 million plus doing so. The whole thing that we've been trying to say in today's session for everybody is that fundamentally, the biggest chance of success you have today in whatever business you run is for you to actually get known for your expertise. All of you here are experts in what you do, but you just don't have enough clients. You're not getting enough people to pay attention to what you actually can do. That is why you are struggling to grow your businesses fundamentally. And it's happening more and more today that you are not being able to grow because you just cannot stand out. And ultimately, you have to go all in, and you yourself have to become the primary reason that your business will grow. And that is by you becoming an expert online. That is the whole premise about us starting this new known club. Because ultimately, if you learn how to get known for your expertise, you'll have the best chance of success. Simple as that. And that is the premise. That is what we're doing. That's what Lara has done. That's what I have done it with 100 plus different people, and it's fundamentally how the biggest people in the world today have become that because they decided to talk about the expertise in the right way online. Anyway, this whole thing has been built to give you the most value possible. So when you guys join, obviously, I don't know why you guys are still spamming your LinkedIn links. To be honest, anyone that keeps posting your link, you're the exact, you are not going to succeed because you are doing the worst thing possible to trying to get audience. So let's say here, I don't know, some guy named Andrea, let's connect. What's going to happen? What is the plan? Is someone going to connect with you and then magic is going to happen? Like, what do you think is going to happen for anyone that's spamming their links? I'm curious, right? Like, this is a strategy. You're there, like, oh, come on, connect, connect, connect. What do you think is going to happen? This is the exact behavior you need to stop because this behavior is why you are not scaling your business. Are you making $1 million plus a year? If the answer is no, it's because of your things that you're doing. And I may say this in the nicest way because that behavior has to change. So stop trying to do like the low-hanging spammy stuff, send buying leads, spamming in some webinar, hoping to get some followers. Like these things is not the way to scale a business. And I say this in the nicest way because I want you guys to succeed. Look, we are here doing this. This is taken weeks and weeks of prep, put this together. It was 150 slides that Lara just went through, all for free. And in that, an hour went by, her telling you about positioning, her telling you about content formats, her telling you how to do stuff, her telling you that it doesn't matter what you do today, if you talked about your expertise online, you will have a best chance of success because people will come to you. And then we talked about how to leverage AI to do that fundamentally. And that is the premise. Sorry, I'm just looking at the chat. So if you guys have any questions, put it in the Q&A. We will get to that. And any questions you have in particular, any questions you have about the Known Club itself, please add it in. Just to be clear, to join today, it's $500 deposit, and then you have to pay your balance all the way up till it ends. So ultimately, you have almost 2 months from today to do that. And ultimately, you need maybe 1 to 2 new clients to make that back in a 6-month period. And if you can't get 2 more clients in 6 months, then something is definitely wrong with your business model as a whole, if you can't get 2 clients in that time. So the balance would be, what is the balance? The balance would be the remaining, right? So you pay 500 today, the $3,500 balance, you can split that into as many payments as you like. And in whatever way you want to do that, the team will work with you one-to-one to create that payment plan so you can get in. Cool. That is, I guess, top line. I'm excited to teach on Wednesday myself. I'll be covering how to sign clients, but I know a lot of you guys here want to sign clients and also how to sell digital products online. The hack is you sell digital products to your unqualified leads, and all of a sudden, there's almost everybody you can sell to. And that is the trick of scaling a business today. A lot of you guys are dreaming of, getting the best clients. You don't want clients that pay you less. But there's a way to be able to make money from people that would pay you less because you sell them a digital product, and then you take on clients and do it one-to-one for people that will pay you the right money. So on Wednesday, I'll be teaching you that. Tomorrow, I'll be deep diving more into content and content creation. And yes, during these 3 days, you have a chance to join us with the Known Club. And then on November 10th, we'll be starting 4 weeks of intense and working with you hand in hand to help you scale your business. It's simple as that. Anyway, I'll pass it over to Connor to introduce himself. And I believe you also have another coach coming up, Harry. And we'll also then be doing Q&A. And I know we're running a little bit over time, but we probably will be here for some time helping you guys out. But with that being said, I'll let Connor introduce himself.
Amazing. Thanks, Sean. Well, yeah, happy to see you all. Obviously, had a kind introduction from Laura earlier, but just to reiterate the fact, my name's Connor. So I run the growth marketing team here at Gemflow working with Sean and Laura. So yes, I am working closely behind the scenes across all of Laura's ad campaigns, email campaigns, funnels, basically everything across paid acquisition strategy, and retention as well. But most of all, I'm super excited to be here, kind of like ready to work with you all on the Gnome Club. Obviously, the content is a big part of it. How you bring leads in by changing the way that you position yourself on LinkedIn. But then the other piece of that is how you monetize the audience that you build online. So how are you taking somebody from a cold lead into a warm buyer who wants to purchase products from you, somebody who wants to work with you directly. And the way that you do that is through sophisticated ad ecosystems, sophisticated funnels, and high converting email campaigns. And within that whole category, there's a minutia of detailed strategies and tactics that you can deploy in order to succeed pretty much across any niche, be that if you're an accountant, a real estate agent, SEO, marketing agency, anything. The tactics and strategies that we employ here across Lara's businesses and all the businesses here at Genflow work unanimously across the board. But the trouble with that is that going it alone means that you can run into a lot of expensive trial and error, often spending a lot of time trying to figure out what works. So I'm very excited to be here to help growth hack your learning curve in that aspect and start turning leads into sales. Cool. I'm gonna pass over to Harry now.
Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. 11 p.m. here in Cyprus. Hope everyone's doing well. Quick intro. So, Harry, the reason I know these beautiful people is back in 23, I saw Lara do a little post on LinkedIn. It's her first ever cohort. I was a recruiter at the time. I thought I'd join. And fast forward 6 months later, this was April last year, started my agency. Fast forward to today, team of seven. We're gonna most likely do 400,000 revenue this year. I've done some coaching, but yeah, full on personal brand agency for the games industry. And I'm also one of the coaches for the cohort, which I'm very excited about because it's very similar to the first one I originally joined with Lara, but with more coaches, more fun. So yeah, a little tease of what I'm going to be talking about in the cohort, and then we can kind of kick off a Q&A, I'm guessing. So essentially breaking down what's working for me, which has evolved over time. So for me, that means a way to make sure that we do the content. I do a lot of conferences, showing how I've done the conferences when it comes to the way I do my kind of lead gen, and also a podcast playbook. How do I use podcast to kind of bring people into our world? And then also, I use a lot of AI when it comes to building lists of people to contact and then starting those conversations and making sure the human insight is spent, that energy on the right stuff, and making sure the heavy lifting is done with AI. And then the other stuff is just making sure we're using the things that are high leverage, let's say a podcast, and then making that trickle down into what is LinkedIn content and whatnot. So Lara often says, like, how am I in loads of different places at the same time? I'm the guy who does the high leverage stuff and then make sure that then becomes content, and you can become a one man kind of growth machine and make sure you hire people to do the delivery. And yeah, I've grown this from scratch April last year, and excited to kind of show how I've done it and how we're learning going forward. So yeah, happy to be here. Hi, everyone.
Hell yeah, Harry. Nice to have you here. Probably truly an honor, honestly. Sometimes
Yeah,
I'm like, how is he doing all of these things? So excited for you to show people how you actually do them.
me too.
All right, Sean, do we get into the Q&A? What's the vibes? I know we're running out of time. So, Sean, you're
I
muted.
Sean's on mute.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Yes, let's do it. The Q&A box, if you can have a look at that.
All right,
So,
cool.
guys, if you have questions, please drop in the Q&A box. If you have a strategy question, a question about the
Uh,
non-club, everything else. So I have some, I'm a chef. I need to know if the non-club applies for my profession.
yes. Well, the known club is going to work for any niche at all times. So everybody needs to be known, liked, and trusted. So yes, 100%.
Yeah, I think that the premises I see a few other here around someone who's at the initial stage. I guess the point is, what is the initial stage? Like, do you have any skills? What are you actually trying to do? This is a question from Sam. I saw you active in the chat earlier. So what are you actually trying to do, right? So initial stage just means what you don't have enough, you don't have any clients, or you're not making money, but like what is that? Like what are you trying to do? Ultimately, if you have skills and expertise, you use that expertise to create content about that, and then you use the AI stuff to get there. So skill is there, exactly. So then you are perfectly fine because ultimately you talk about your skill online. That's the what Lara was saying earlier. As an example, if SEO was the skill, you want to talk about what you actually know. If using AI automations is your skill, you talk about that. So if you talk about your skill, you then end up getting known for that. That's the premise of how you build yourself online. You don't need to be an influencer. You just need to learn how to communicate your expertise, your skill. Whether you call it expertise, an expert, or your skill, it's the same thing. You do that online, and then people will start thinking, wow, this person knows. When you do your outbound, when you do whatever, people will come and check you. And if your positioning is correct, they'll be like, wow, this guy knows a lot about this subject. It doesn't matter if you don't have any clients. It doesn't matter if you have low followers, because it's more about is this guy an expert? That's what people look at when they're thinking, shall I have a call with this guy? Shall I like speak to this person? No one cares about the numbers that you care about so much. Oh no, it's embarrassing that my posts are getting such less likes, etc. It's not that. It's more your content and your positioning. So yes, that would be relevant for you as well.
All right, Harry, you have 2 questions here that you can actually answer yourself. That's your
Oh yeah,
that's your bag.
let's go. So I've just seen a couple questions, which is I've got the answers. So question from Anas Masood, is Known Club still valid for ghostwriting or personal brand agency business? I am just starting out. So I was in exactly your position a year ago. So I just want to quickly answer this. So short answer, yes. Long answer, 100% yes. Reason why? So personal brand agency, the hard part is honestly, I didn't realize this was, but from speaking to a lot of people who are ghostwriting, is kind of getting that first client, giving them a great experience, and then leveling up with that case study. So if you can master, the funny thing is with ghostwriting, the better you get at getting your own clients, the better you will be at getting your clients' clients. Obviously, there's a bit of nuance in how writing for yourself is a bit different from writing for someone else, but it's a very nice way to start a business because as you get better at lead gen, you literally get better at the service you're about to sell. So just at least from the experience I had with Laura's previous cohort and then knowing the experience with Sean, Connor, and also Taslim as one of the coaches, you kind of get 5 perspectives in one. So I would just say yes there. And then a different question, which I think is very good because I've been a cohort junkie, so I know this question. So is from Martin. Would it be digestible? I mean, too much information in 1 month, that kills action. That is true, but that kills action is more of a reaction. Uh, Unintended rhyme. But what I'm trying to say is if you treat the known club, this is how I would do it, as kind of like a daily stand up. Because if you're alone in business, what typically happens is you don't know what you don't know. So if you are working and you're stuck and you go look for something on YouTube or what have you, this is a situation where every day, at a certain time, you can log in. And what I used to do on these calls, I used to write my LinkedIn content while listening in the background. Not everyone's like that, but I think a lot of people here can just know that every day there's a time where you're going to learn something new, and that maybe one insight, that one comment could then be the result where you accelerate your results from 3 months to 2 weeks. And this literally happened to me, for example, where I was kind of going okay with content. Laura just gave me an idea. I did that post, and then it goes from there. And you have an opportunity to do that every day for that 4 week sprint. But then on top of that, you get the commitment for 6 months. So of course, there might be 3 days where you go on vacation, your missus wants you to go somewhere, you can go. But that's why there's a recording. So I wouldn't treat it like, oh my God, if I miss one call, the hell's going to break loose. It's more of a, you know that every day you have not only one person, 5 people, plus a community in your corner. So to answer your question, it will kill action if you let it, but you won't have to let it. I just want to be very clear there. So if it feels like a lot, that is not a bad thing. You can kind of treat it like a kind of supermarket, get what you need.
I love this. I'm gonna go ahead and answer some as well, but thank you, Harry. Yes, you are a cohort junkie, and I think it's such a full circle moment now. You're
Yeah.
teaching on one, finally. Okay, so a few questions that I can answer on my end, and maybe we'll let Connor answer. You guys can ask him anything on email. He's a king on that. But how many hours a day will it require? Around 2 hours a day plus whatever prep you need to be doing. That's why it's 4 weeks intensive. It's not going to be 6 entire months of lessons. We want to have you have an accelerated version so you know exactly what you need to do. You can do it in weeks rather than months, and you can actually prepare before 2026 starts, right? The next question is, how do you manage sales in a LinkedIn post? Well, this is my specialty, and it's exactly what I'm going to be teaching you every single Monday. But in essence, the best way to write a sales post on LinkedIn is to not think about it as selling. You're thinking about it as persuading. You're giving value, almost like this 2 hour call. You want to be turning this into a LinkedIn post. There's a framework that I use that I've actually shared many times. It's called the SLAY framework: story, lesson, actionable piece of advice, and a you. And this is exactly how you can turn any post, any story into a sales post that doesn't even feel like you're selling. This has been my true secret of business and growth on LinkedIn. But if you want more details on how to implement it, you know where to join the Noon Club. Another question, what's the most effective way to monetize AI marketing knowledge through content? Oof, that is so easy. That is Harry can agree. Like if you are in the AI niche on LinkedIn, you'll probably get ahead of most people. Like people on LinkedIn love AI content. So the most effective way of monetizing it is creating content that is broad, then narrow, then niche, implementing it, having the right funnels and frameworks to use off the back end. So if you use something like Pablo at the back to monetize your knowledge and use Clio to write your content, then that is exactly how you can actually monetize what you know about AI, how you can create content to get the traffic and awareness, and then how you can monetize it after. Um, what else? Shan, do we keep going with the questions?
Yeah, happy to. So I saw one here which was good. I guess will you cover high ticket B2B client sales and investment is high and yeah, not have enough ROI. So I guess let's break this down, right? So you said the investment is high. Would you agree if you learned how to actually create the right content, which positions you as an expert on the most professional corporate platform in the world by leveraging AI and all that stuff, so you're not having to waste so much time doing stuff anymore? What's the actual ROI of that, right? So even to stand alone on that, right? Because that means, let's say you had 10, 20, 30,000 followers you can grow to. You just saw Harry earlier saying that he started from zero and what he's managed to do and build a business which is doing 400,000 this year, right? So I guess, Harry, what's been the ROI of you actually doing that? Right? Because someone's trying to like measure, like, oh, is it really going to be worth it? What's the alternative, right? So if you didn't do the LinkedIn, what other way could you have done it?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone needs that moment where things change. And that just happened to be this. Was that the only investment I did in coaching? No. But you honestly have two states, one where you do something and one where you do it. So if this you feel will make you go from zero to one and actually start and giving it a good go, we don't know everyone's personal finances in here. It's very hard to answer that question for everyone, and we're not expected to. But at least for me, it's one of those where it's hard to say. I'm definitely much more optimistic. I don't want to go and tell people what to do with their money, Sean, but I'm tempted to be like, yeah, just give it a go, Like I
Yeah, I
try
think
not to
it's more like,
overcomplicate
so
it.
if you didn't have your profile today, right, like where would your business be? Like it's fundamental to being able to
Yeah,
um,
absolutely. I would still
scale
be a recruiter,
today
right?
as a
I would
business.
still be a
Yeah.
recruiter. That's just the fact. I didn't quit to join and start my business until I actually got the skill, personally in my case. So I actually did it kind of after hours. So I started April last year, but I joined the cohort 6 months before that. So I was the example where I basically had the skill of recruitment and sales, and then I learned LinkedIn and content, and then put that together. I had an offer which was really useful for the games industry. So I did that in my kind of free time. So at least for Harry's life experience, it worked really well. And I would have still been a recruiter, nothing wrong with that. But now I have a business, I can run payroll, live in Cyprus. I'm having a good time.
Amazing. I guess just on that point, the reason I said that was outside of that, right? Like the ROI, would you call B2B client sales? So the biggest thing with B2B client sales is when you try to approach someone, you're trying to sell them something, they're going to come and check out who you are. If you are an expert in who you are, you'll be able to sign people very, very fast because they'll be like, wow, this guy knows. I was speaking to an agency owner earlier. He talks about AI content. He goes, I had a call with a big corporate company, and they were like, man, I don't know what you talk about on your LinkedIn, but you clearly know your thing. How much like for you to like come and help us because we don't know. And that's the prime example of like if you create the right content, it's your sales content. It's like doing a sales call, but it's already live for other people to go and see. So people are going to want to work with you for that reason. Um, so yeah, I guess would you be able to sign more clients? Like the answer is yes, because of everything you're going to learn and what we're going to teach you. You'll be able to for sure.
Sean, could I answer one question before I
Yeah, yeah.
go night and go to bed? Great. So I just saw one question here and I'm uniquely placed to answer. So I'll answer and then peace out, everyone. So one of the questions is the course got examples of different industries and how to implement strategies in different sectors, or is this more discussed in Q&As? So great question. So naturally, in the kind of 4-week sprint, there's going to be a section where they are talking and teaching something. That will not be personalized. But right after, that's the Q&A, that's where it can get personalized. However, in my industry, I'm kind of uniquely placed where I have a personal brand agency where we ghostwrite for the client. Well, we also do outbound for that client. So we uniquely like know, is this working? So even though this is all in the games industry, I've had a recruitment client, CEO, consultant. I've got a massive 100 million revenue business which sells servers, for example. So really big B2B. I've got a marketing agency. I have a another one which has like software as a sale. So I've got a couple of those. And all these principles work because at the end of the day, you're producing content to get more conversations. And what do you need to do? This is universal. Tell a story. There's people who go really deep on that story. There's people who just use the story to start the hook and then give the advice. But this is a universal advice, guys. That's what I want to say. So no matter what your industry is, if there's people that you need to speak to and they're using LinkedIn, which 99% of the time they are, then this would help. It's not rocket science to customize it to your niche. And one extra thing to add before I leave, I was on Favicon yesterday, and I'm technically the 35th most popular person on LinkedIn in the games industry and 6th in Cyprus. I want to make a point. I started 18 months ago. The bar is so low. There is like no one posting on LinkedIn. It looks like there's loads of people, but the actual amount of people posting content regularly on LinkedIn is so low. So if you do this and stick to it, you can like basically become number one ridiculously fast. It's pretty insane. So yeah, I want to kind of end on that note. And yeah, thank you, everyone.
Amazing. Thank you, Harry. I'll see you soon. Hell yeah. All right. There's a question about Pablo here. Sean, if you want to answer it. Will Pablo
Uh,
replace school for
Yes,
them?
for sure. So I guess the school is a marketplace, right? So if you're selling on school today, your thing looks like school.com/whatever. And ultimately, someone can just go and click on school and go and buy something else. Our whole thing, I guess, with Pablo has been all these years is that it's your own Netflix. It's for you to genuinely like create a really good experience and sell products, digital products to your audience. And yeah, the processing fees are the lowest they can be. We charge no margin and it's directly from Stripe, regardless of what I see it says fan bases. Everybody uses Stripe under the hood. So do we, and we charge you exactly what Stripe charges us. So yeah, if you're interested, you can join the known club and you'll be getting a month free of it. The link to the GPTs will be coming in email to you guys for attending. I believe that should be going out later today. What is the agenda for Wednesday and Thursday? What is it, Laura? What are you teaching tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow I am going to be walking everyone through how to use AI in LinkedIn to get leads. Today, I went very deep into positioning and showing you exactly why this matters because that is a fundamental core of you being able to get leads. Now, tomorrow, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it through content inbound, and I will be sneaking in how to do it outbound as well. So, if you've been waiting for the time to understand how to get sales, how to finally monetize your audience, then tomorrow is your day as well. So, hopefully, see you there. How do I decide the content strategy breakup, like top, middle, and bottom of funnel on LinkedIn? This is something I talk about enough, and I covered it briefly earlier. So the way you want to think about it is like, what do you need the most right now? Can you afford to spend more time doing awareness content to build your profile and positioning, or do you desperately need sales? It is extremely person to person dependent, right? If you are like me and all you wanted at the start was to just simply build a personal brand, then top of funnel content is the most for you. And then you can sell on the back end like I always did. So because I was doing so much top of funnel content, I was getting inbound leads, but I was obviously reliant on the content working out. Now you can flip it around and do the opposite, and it'll work incredibly well for you. We're going to be covering this, I think tomorrow as well. So you're going to come there. Absolutely. I have a contractor booking agency. How can I use AI in LinkedIn, etc.? Also, how can I get the link to this? How can I link this with Go High Level? Okay, cool. So I don't use Go High Level, but I know a lot of my friends do. And the first question, I have a contractor booking agency. How can I use AI? Basically, even if you use the free GPT that we created for you, if you give it that exact same context and you ask it, hey, can you please make me my own headline? Hey, can you please make me a post? It will write post for you, ready to go in less than 10 minutes on LinkedIn. The second thing, you can use AIs like Clio and Pablo to then monetize your knowledge and write better content. And the third thing is that you can use all of this combined to plug and play into Go High Level. So maybe you have a lead magnet with it. Maybe it's your website, whatever. You can do that. But after this and everything that we teach you, you don't really need it. I don't think. So I've never used it. That's why. But yeah. So basically, you write with Clio or the free GPT that we just gave you, or you just simply go to ChatGPT and write the prompts that I provided, and then you sort of go double down, etc. You test, learn, and iterate, right? This is the main thing that most entrepreneurs are failing to do today. They go all in too quickly and then they quit because they don't have any accountability, they don't have any support, they don't have anyone telling them what's good and what's bad. So then they quit. That's why we literally built the Known Club, because we wanted to give you literally that. Will you send the GPT link? Yes, we will be sending it shortly.
It's the same Zoom link for every day, by the way, because this is like a 3-day event. So it's the same link as today is what we work tomorrow and the day after. So they're not separate links, just FYI, to make life easy. It's the exact same link.
What were the two parts of the Venn diagram for the credibility system? It was social proof and authority engagement. So social proof is your accomplishments and your accolades and all these things. And then authority engagement is the people around you that can give you that validation. All right. How do I monetize product design niche? Super simple as well. We've worked with many designers. You basically have to do the 80-20. You educate people on why they need your thing. Then you create tailored content for your ideal audience, and then you monetize it off the back. Or maybe you have a program, or maybe you have high ticket consultancy, or maybe you have an agency. If you do that like through content, then outbound off the back end, and then you get inbound through content.
Might jump in here on one actually, Laura. I can see
Go for
Matthew
it.
Sloan. Hey Connor, I've been told to build funnels and put them in email marketing for higher conversion, but surely there's so much more involved for success. Um, yes and no. So I'm going to make a couple of assumptions based off of this comment. So I guess Matthew, I'm assuming, well, the reality is you have to have some, and I'm assuming you're talking about email flows. Um, no funnel is complete unless you have an email flow in the first place. So I'm going to assume that's what you're talking about here. I say it is yes, there is so much more involved for success. And by success, I'm assuming that you're meaning taking somebody from cold into your email database and turning them into like a qualified lead to work with you on a one-to-one basis. But also no, because the reality of what makes a good flow or a good funnel boils down to, I guess, two things, messaging and positioning. You don't need a highly sophisticated funnel with like multiple tags and triggers and like 50 different steps in order to get somebody to a sophisticated ending. No, it's not that case. You'll find a lot of success by having something super simple, maybe like a 7-day opt-in sequence where let's just say, and I'll make an assumption here that your funnel is some sort of free training lead magnet where you're helping somebody overcome one particular problem. If the content within the flow itself is genuinely useful, insightful, and actually solves a particular pain point within a consumer, better yet, multiple pain points, then that person is much more likely to take a secondary action. And that might mean purchasing a low ticket product from yourself or booking a call to work directly with you. So I would say, yes, you need to put a lot of effort into like the content where you're physically trying to solve. That takes a little bit of headspace and research into like what problems am I trying to solve here, and then how am I going to communicate it via email. But then in reality, it's really straightforward. Then it just becomes like a question about traffic. How much can you drive traffic to that particular lead magnet? How many times a week can you post? How much budget can you put behind ads in order to run traffic to that lead magnet? So it's a little bit of two things, but it can be much more simple than most people realize.
He cooked. Thanks, Connor.
Chef by trade.
Cool. I guess any final questions from anybody before we wrap up?
Do you think any of these strategies can work for an e-commerce fashion brand to potentially drive customer acquisition? Have you seen any small e-com brand owners? Yes, all the time. Yeah, hell yeah. I've seen there is the top agency for e-commerce in the UK. The two founders are ridiculously active on LinkedIn. Like they're probably the number one in their niche, which is e-commerce. Their number one acquisition place for not just for their bit like for their agency is LinkedIn. And then for the businesses that they promote, they create more authority. There's someone in the space, he runs I think it's like a coffee alternative brand, and he creates content on LinkedIn all the time. This creates awareness for his brand, and then he builds his personal brand off the back of it. So if he ever wants to sell the business, he has, the authority to do so even more. So we're thinking about it in like different ways, obviously in client acquisition, but also generating value, creating that trust, building that network for the long term. So yeah, 100% it works. Will this work for online fitness coaches on LinkedIn? Yes, 100%. I've had, I think, 7 fitness coaching clients on LinkedIn. They've all gone viral. They've all gotten leads. They all stand out in their niche because if you're targeting busy, high-performing professionals, you will see that the budget is different. So 100% it works for them. So yeah. All right. Shall we go?
Yes, I'll leave you to. But yeah, thanks, guys. We'll see you in
Thank you
the
guys.
next
If you guys want
sessions.
to join, we'll drop the link again one last time. And then I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you, Connor. Thank you, Leva. Thank you, Ja. Thank you, Sean. Goodbye, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye. Goodbye.